Hello everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of 8 Brit with 2 Brits and top 8s. I'm Chris.
And I'm Dan.
And today we're going to talk about
our top 8 rock bands, because in
October
we've had 2 releases of music games, so we thought, let's deviate from the gaming topics and go into our favourite music. And that's what we're doing.
So it's very loosely attached to gaming.
Yeah,
but...
whatever. We're going to run out of gaming topics as we go, so just expect non-gaming things in various points in time. It's going to happen. Deal with it.
Some of these bands we'll mention have actually been in some Guitar Heroes or whatever, or some other games, so...
literally every band in my top 8 has a link to video games somehow, so I'm going to probably mention those as we go. But that's how we're doing it. Guitar Hero Live, Rock Band 4, buy them if you like crappy plastic instruments. Let's get right into it. There goes...
Wait, Dan, are you ready for this?
Oh god, what? Oh, he's got his guitar.
Wait.
Dan, can you help me?
Why? What?
Because I'm on fire.
I'm just going to leave that awkward pause in.
Okay, so Kasabian are my number 8, and they certainly know how to make great memorable tracks, generally rocky with the strong use of like computery electronic sounds. I don't know what they're called really, but they know how to do catchy riffs and choruses and just great enjoyable tracks really. Empire's my least favourite album of theirs, though West Ryber Pauper Lunatic Asylum, that's the name of the album, or Velociraptor are my favourites. My favourite songs being Processed Beats, Stuntman, Vlad the Impaler, Where'd All the Love Go, Happiness, Goodbye Kiss, Rewired, Switchblade Smiles, Shoot the Runner, Easy, and so on. I love those songs. Most famous song is probably Clubfoot, actually. What I just played there was Fire, which is probably their second most famous song. They can be upbeat and do some slower songs like U-Boat or Happiness. I love Kasabian, they're pretty great. My number 8.
Cool. I have barely any opinions regarding most of your music. That I was just like, I listened to a little bit of it and I went, this is alright.
I'm too mainstream for you, aren't I?
You listen to a lot of mainstream indie sort of alt rock, I've noticed.
Yeah, I'm an alternative kind of guy. Not gonna lie.
In other words, he likes whiny vocals.
Yep. What's your 8, Dan?
My number 8, in comparison to your whiny, miserable music, is Ninja Sex Party. They're a comedy band, but they manage to balance the comedy and the music in an excellent way that makes it so that they're actually very good to listen to without the, like, if you just want to listen to music, but they're also hilarious. They have a lot of really good lyricism. They have some great music. They have some crazy good jams. They've got 3 albums out. Their best album, I would say, is probably Attitude City, their most recent one, but they're possibly one of their best known tracks and best songs. And the track I would suggest that everyone goes to listen to would be Dinosaur Laser Fight, a song in which they teach you about science.
Oh yeah, you maybe listen to that. Me and Dan have sort of shared songs, and
I'm probably going to link a suggested track for each band in the description, so if you want to go down and listen to that, that's cool. Don't click on any of my links if you don't like swearing. There's probably a lot of it, especially in this one. There's a lot. If you're a child, don't listen to Ninja Sex Party, just classic. But they're very good, they're excellent, they're hilarious, they're excellent musically, and their connection to video games, Chris, as all of my bands have one of those, is the fact that lead singer Dan Avidan is a member of Game Grumps at the moment, and they're both Danny and Brian also are members of the comedy rap band Starbomb, who rap about video games. So there's your video game connection.
7.
Dan, we'll head south. Just hold my hand now. I feel like I'm casting off my clothes and I'm running through the snow towards the sunset, and I'm always with you.
Are you going to do this for every band?
Yeah.
Like an awkward song lyric that I don't know. Is that what's happening here?
Yeah. Now, I won't tell a white lie, but I love the white lies. What you just heard was me playing the main riff from Farewell to the Fairground, though that's sort of done on the synth anyway. But I love this band. Since 2008, they've had 3 albums. To Lose My Life was their first, not first. And Set in Stone, the sort of moody but also uplifting music, like sort of atmospheric. I sort of love dark music, but I still love upbeat anyway. Their first album had songs like Death, 50 on Our Foreheads, which is probably my favourite on the album actually, because it's so relaxing and chilled out. And their most famous track is probably To Lose My Life, which has great overlapping vocals towards the end. Farewell to the Fairground, EST, and so on. Rituals, their second album, it isn't quite as dark. Like their first album was obviously themed on death, but I still love Ritual. Epics like Bigger Than Us and stuff like Peace and Quiet, Holy Ghost, which has a very epic ending, and The Paranoid Glory is all uplifting, and so on. The third is Big TV, which has great songs to sing along to, like they all do, but maybe this one even more so. Songs like Big TV, There Goes a Love Again, Mother Tongue, Be Your Man, are just so great to sing along to, in the shower. I love singing along in the shower. But yeah, I love White Lies, great vocals, lyrics to sing along with, hooks, and a very nice tone, in my opinion.
Cool. Yeah, I have nothing on that one. I thought they were alright from what I heard, but oh well.
Not your jam.
Not my jam, bro. Do you want to know what is my jam, though?
What is your jam?
My number 7 is a band called Hailstorm. They're a female-led band, and they're pretty friggin' amazing. Their early stuff isn't too great, but then they sort of hit their stride when they got to A Strange Case of Hailstorm, which is probably their best album. It has a lot of really, really good music, and then their most recent album, Into the Wildlife, is just phenomenal. They're a very heavy sort of rock metal band with amazing vocals. They've got really strong vocals going on there. For Hailstorm, I would recommend starting off with a song called Love Bites. It's linked in the description. Go and check it out. My number 7.
Yeah, I remember. I listened to that. It was pretty good, actually.
It's a very good song. A lot of their songs are quite similar to that. They're kind of fast-paced
Love bites,
rock.
but so do I. No, that's wrong.
Do not judge them on what you just heard. That was nothing like it. You are the worst. Love Bites it's in Guitar Hero Live that just came out, or did it? I don't remember which one came out more recently, who knows. And they also have a song in Rock Band 4 called I Miss the Misery, which is also an excellent song, sorry. Rock Band 4 probably isn't an excellent game, let's be honest here. But,
neat.
Yeah, Hailstorm.
6.
Dan, I say you don't know. You say you don't know. I say Take Me Out.
I'm not even dignifying these with a response at this point. This is so obnoxious. What the hell?
Franz Ferdinand are my number 6, and they are so great at making such good, memorable rock tracks. And they're also good at using them computery sounds as well. Just to go through their albums, which I'll basically be doing this whole episode. Their debut self-titled album featured their trademark upbeat fun style. It had their most famous song, Take Me Out, which led us in here. But also has some of my favourite tracks, such as Auf Ash, that's German, but I don't know how to say it, which has a nice sound. This Fire is an epic track. Michael's a great track. I love that. Great riff. And Common Home is another one I like as well. I just love the whole album. Their second album is called You Could Have Had It So Much Better, and it's aptly named because the album could have actually been better, but it's my least favourite Franz album, but it's still worthwhile, with the likes of Fallen and Do You Wanna? Yeah, Walk Away, What You Meant, and the lovely, sort of slower Beatles-esque tracks like Eleanor, Put Your Boots On and Fade Together. Tonight, Franz Ferdinand's their third album, and they really pick up the pace in this one. It's so much better than the last one. Songs like Know You Girls, Bite Hard, and the so epically built up What She Came For is so good. Can't Stop Feeling, Lucid Dreams, and so on. Fantastic album. I'm not sure if I like this one or their fourth one the most, and the fourth one is Right Thoughts, Right Words, Right Action.
You need to stop singing on this episode. Please.
Right Action is a classic Friends style sort of upbeat song, and Stand on the Horizon. Oh, I friggin' love that song. And there's other great songs like Bullet or Brief Encounters. Just love Franz Ferdinand. They're so great.
Good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I love?
What do you love?
Not listening to you talk about Franz Ferdinand. But also, I love the Pretty Reckless, who are my number 6. They're a very fast-paced, heavy rock band, but they sort of vary. Sometimes they go a bit slower. And they're brilliant in both the sort of fast, heavy stuff and the slower, more sort of ballad-like stuff that they do. They have 2 albums, Light Me Up and Going to Hell, and they're both completely excellent. The namesake track for Going to Hell is my suggested track for the Pretty Reckless, because it's a very good song with a very good music video highlighting how insanely attractive Taylor Momsen is.
She's something.
She is very hot. And Going to Hell is also in Guitar Hero Live because video games.
Like you say my songs are moody, but like Going to Hell, like, you know, come on.
Yeah, but it's fast paced and it's got energy to it. Yours are all just dreary and
mine
miserable.
have energy as well.
Yeah, compare them.
Well, yeah.
Put them side by side.
But yeah, Pretty Reckless.
Good band.
5.
Dan, how long must you wait for it? Yeah, how long must you pay for it?
I really hate that you're doing this.
Oh no, everyone, it's Coldplay. Oh no.
Not Coldplay.
But anyway, I love Coldplay. Or at least like their first 4 albums are fantastic. Parachutes, Rush of Blood to the Head, X and Y, Viva La Vida, or Deaf and Always Friends, which is like the name of the album. That. But I friggin' love those albums.
Wait, Viva La Vida, is that song that's at the end of Shrek 2?
Oh no.
I know. Wait, that's Live in the Vida Loca. Don't worry. Good film, though, Shrek 2. 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Parachutes is probably the weakest of their albums, but it still has great songs like Don't Panic, which is a top song for me, or Yellow, Sparks, Trouble, etc. Rush of the Blood to the Head was sort of their big sort of evolution. Has In My Place, which I just tried to play for you there. The Beautiful, The Scientist, The Rocky Daylight, A God Put a Smile Upon Your Face, etc. X and Y was my first Coldplay album, and the first album I listened to after branching out from my favourite band, but I'll get to that later. X and Y has Fix You, Talk, White Shadows, and the brilliant hidden track, Till Kingdom Come, which I find just so uplifting and touching, and Viva La Vida, or Deaf and Always Friends, that's what it's called, is amazing, but slightly different, but it works out really well. Life in Technicolor, 42... which is a uniquely structured song. Viva La Vida, obviously. Love in Japan. Strawberry Swing, Deaf and Always Friends. It's fantastic songs. Coldplay can be rocky and moody, yeah. But I just I love sort of slowy songs and stuff like that. Their 5th album has great songs like Every Teardrop Has a Waterfall or Charlie Brown, but that's sort of when they started dipping for me, and I haven't listened to their 6th album, but Magic is a cool song, I guess. But yeah, they mix lots of great instruments, and I love them.
Cool. Do you want to know my opinion of Coldplay?
Yeah.
Just real quick. I'm going to quote.
Go on.
I'm going to quote what I said in our Skype chat while I was listening to the song you sent me, which is, "How are Coldplay so famous? This is like the definition of mediocrity." That was my gut reaction to listening to Coldplay, because I barely listened to them, and as far as I was aware, they were supposed to be really good and famous, but no, they're a bit crap, aren't they?
Their first 4 albums, man, top notch.
Top notch, apparently. Allegedly, according to you. Do you want my number 5?
5.
5? Yeah, 5. My number 5. My number 5. My songs have been a bit. My bands have been a bit sort of angsty for the past 2, but this is where it cheers up with the Dolly Rots, who are a very upbeat, cheerful pop punk band. Who, if you've heard of Bowling for Soup, if you've heard any Bowling for Soup, they're kind of like the female equivalent to them. But I would argue that they're a lot better than Bowling for Soup, even though Bowling for Soup are excellent. They've got a lot of really good albums. I think there's about 6 of them out there, and they always sort of put a smile on my face. So yeah, they're good to listen to. They're very happy. They're very kind of happy-go-lucky, cheerful band. My suggested track is Because I'm Awesome, because they're awesome. Go and listen. Also, I found out doing research, there is a gaming connection to the Dolly Rots, because I'm Awesome was featured in the 2010 Vancouver Winter Olympics video game, which I didn't even know. I had to Google that one.
I'll just quickly say I've been forgetting to link mine to games, but Coldplay, like In My Place, was in Guitar Hero 5 and stuff like that, so yeah.
Wow, good.
4.
A heart of stone, a smoking gun. I can give you life, Dan, but I can take it away. Block Party is my fourth favourite band now, and I just love their stuff. They do epic rocks out songs, more slow-paced, uplifting, calm songs. They just have quite a variety, and I love it. Going through the album, Silent Alarm was their 2005 debut, and what an album it was. The album sort of basically made a lot of people consider them one of the best indie bands, sort of. The album has like songs like Banquet, which I tried to play just there. Probably the most famous song as well, which sums them up. She's Hearing Voices, which is catchy. The Lovely, This Modern Love. So Here We Are, and Like Eating Glass. It's all great. The song Helicopter was in Tyro 3, I believe. So yeah.
I have a video game connection for this one. Can I just chip in?
Oh, yep.
Yeah, that song that you mentioned earlier, the one you sent me that I can't remember the name of, was in SSX on Tour
Banquet.
as the menu music. SSX on Tour is an excellent game, so
cool.
GG to them.
Just carrying on now. Weekend in the City is their awesome follow-up album. It's pretty similar, but it's a bit different. Like, has Song for Clay, which is a good rocky opener. Waiting for the 718, which is a nice smooth track, and so is On. Uniform has a nice smooth tone as well, but it quickly changes, and it's quite cool like that. And some of my favourite songs ever are Kreuzberg and I Still Remember. I love them songs. Flux is great as well, but that was like on the re-release of Weekend in the City. Onto Intimacy now, I can't say that word. It's where Block Party start being a bit different and experimental. They have like the hardcore Aries. Mercury is their famous song from that album. And Baiko is a great peaceful track about dealing with like cancer. Like, it's quite serious, but a nice uplifting tone at the same time. 1 Month Off is pretty great. And then they had like One More Chance, which was a one-off single. Then they had a hiatus, and then had a fourth album called 4, which is pretty good with songs like Octopus, Real Talk, Valis, The Healing. It goes on. But yeah, I love Block Party.
Good. They're
Yes.
right. They were okay. I don't know. I have no opinions here. Do you want my number 4?
What's your 4?
My number 4 is the Proto Men, who some of you might have heard of because they're video game connected. I don't know. They're very connected to video games. They have 2 concept albums which are sort of rock operatic tellings of the story of Mega Man. But it's very different, I assume, to the video game telling of the story. They have Act 1, which begins with the death of Proto Man at the hands of Dr. Wily and his failure to bring down Dr. Wily's oppressive regime. And then over the course of the album, it shows Mega Man sort of building up to trying to take down Dr. Wily, and then
cool.
it ends in a way that I'm not going to spoil, because it's a really well told and almost emotionally sort of told story. It's excellently told through music. Act 2 is then a prequel that tells you how Dr. Wily rose to power in the first place, and sort of goes from Dr. Light's perspective of the whole situation, and it's just excellent. They hop between genres a lot, but they sort of have a standard sort of rock styling. Act 1 is very gritty to sort of represent the way that society is at that time period. Act 2 is a lot more sort of I don't know, it jumps around in genre a lot. They also have an album of Queen covers, which I would say some of them are actually better than the Queen originals, so that says a lot.
Dang.
And my suggested track for the Proto Men is Hope Rides Alone, just because it's the first song on the first act, and it's a good starter for you if you wanted to go through that whole story. Also,
Nice.
The video game connection should be obvious. They sing about Mega Man, so, you know. And also, they have a song, Light Up the Night, is in Rock Band 4, so there's another one.
Cool.
3,
Look outside, the raincoat's coming down. Say oh. A. It's Vampire Weekend. It's my number 3, and I frigging love them. The music is pretty unique, I'd say, from great guitar hooks and using tremolo picking. I researched that. That's the type of picking they like to use sometimes in songs like Cousins or Mansard Roof. And these African-style drum beats as well. It's just great, really. Their self-titled debut album featured their most famous track, A-Punk, which you just heard me try to play. And I believe it was in Guitar Hero 5, I think. Yeah, I love the sound of their first album. It's kind of chilled and laid back and has nice sounds. M79 is probably my favourite because it has violins and good use of drums. Oxford Comma as well. Their second album, Contra, they started using some of them digital effects a bit more, but it still feels like them, so it's obvious in like California English or Diplomat song. Cousins is a great fast-paced rocky song. I love playing the main hook on that guitar myself. Horchata is another favourite of mine. And their latest third album, Modern Vampires of the City, is brilliant. It's even more different than their last album, but it still feels like them as well. It feels like a natural evolution of their sound. Some chilled out songs, upbeat ones, great lyrics, often talking about life or questioning belief in God. These voice altering things, but it really works well actually, like on the song Ya Hey. There's like a sound in there that sounds really high pitched and cartoony, but it really works well. Other favourites of mine are Step, Don't Lie, Finger Back, and well, I just love the whole album. Their songs are catchy, lyrically interesting, nice use of instruments and unique sounds. They sort of get more serious, like with each album, so it's kind of nice to see their progression. I just love Vampire Weekend, my number 3.
Oh, cool. You want to know what my number 3 is?
What's your 3?
My number 3 is a band called Area 11. They are completely excellent. They're a great rock band. They're one of the 4 bands that I've managed to see live, along with Nice Peter, The Blackout, and my number 1, who I will not spoil yet. I don't really have a huge amount to say about Area 11, aside from that they're just great and that everyone should go and listen to them. My suggested track is Heaven Piercing Giga Drill, which you can go and check out in the description for this video. They're just great. They're a really good band. They have some great vocals, some great music. They use some synth along with the sort of traditional rock elements, and it works really well. It's really well connected in. The video game connection here is that they're signed with Yogscast Studios and release music through them. And the Yogscast, as many of you may know, are a Let's Play channel network thing. Along with that, the guitarist Parvis does Let's Plays for the Yogscast, so there's a thing. And they have a song about Minecraft, so there we go. That's the that's the video game connection there. Area 11 are just really good. That's all I've really got there. They're just excellent.
2.
People are fragile things, Dan. Like, you should know by now. Like, be careful what you put them through, alright?
I'm getting really sick of this.
The editors, actually just editors, they are my second favourite band and I frigging love them. They do great rocky stuff like Munich, which you just tried to heard me play. But they also do slam and emotional touchy things, which I love, like in Well-Worn Hand or Bird of Prey or At All Cost. They give me them relaxing goosebumps, which I do enjoy. But going through their albums, The Backrooms, their debut album, released in 2005, and it introduced us to the glorious song that is Munich. There's also other great rocky tracks like Fingers in the Factories or All Sparks, and they have slower songs like Fall or Open Your Arms, which I love to death. I just love the whole damn album. I love all their albums. The second album was An End Has a Start, which was rather similar to their first one, but a bit different. Like Smokers Outside the Hospital Doors is an amazing track with epic guitars, wonderful singing, and a great bridge and climax. I just find the song uplifting and great. Songs like The Racing Rats and Escape the Nest are epic as hell, and they're so good. And of course more calming songs as well, like The Weight of the World or something. The third album, In This Light and On This Evening, was a dramatic change from their usual style. It used more digital electronic sounds and synths, and generally of a darker tone. Like Editors have always been a bit dark, but even more with this album. And the fourth LP was The Weight of Your Love. And I'm sort of going overboard here, but I love the Editors, and their fifth album came out recently, but it's great as well, and I love the Editors and Tom's voice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Can I talk now?
Yeah.
My number 2 is a band called Steel Panther. They're much like Ninja Sex Party. They're a comedy band with the musical skill to sort of back it up. They're an affectionate parody of classic sort of hair metal bands with some just hilariously explicit lyricism. So if you want to hear an epic metal ballad about an Asian hooker or a glory hole, then go and listen to Steel Panther. But if you're like under 16 or something, don't do that. Don't listen to any Steel Panther ever until you're like 16. It's not appropriate. Please don't do it. Also, if you're easily offended, don't. Just don't. It's not okay. But they're very good. They're excellent from a musical standpoint. Like, they really know how to play. They're really good at what they do. And at the same time, they have very, very, very funny lyrics. So they're great. My suggested song is their classic Death to All But Metal, which is a song about how metal is awesome and how everything else can suck it. And the video game connection for this one is that Eyes of the Panther, their probably least explicit song, and probably only song that would get away with being in a video game was in Skate 3, an excellent game that everyone should play. Steel Panther, they're good. Don't listen to them if you're like 6. Really, really quickly, I want to go through some honorable mentions.
Okay.
I'm going to rattle them off like as quickly as possible because we ain't got that much time. My honorable mentions would be Ailstorm, Starbomb, George Watsky, Dan Bull, Tenacious D, Cargas Band, The Cog is Dead, Peter Tchaikovsky, Queen, Skrillex, Hasty Dixie, Fall Out Boy, and My Chemical Romance.
My
Very
honorables
mixed.
are... Oh, yep. My honorables are Muse, probably would have been my 9 maybe, Radiohead, Kings of Leon, Champs, Gorillaz, Hockey, The Strokes, etc.
Oh, I forgot to put Bowling for Soup on my list. Bowling for Soup are an honourable mention as well. There we go, done.
1.
Dan, when there's nowhere else to run, is there room for one more sun?
I hate you so much.
The Killers are my favourite band ever, mainly due to them being the first band I ever took real interest in and sort of growing up in that era and like actually focused on them and all that jazz. When I started listening to albums, it was them I started with, so yeah, they're all I listened to until I listened to Coldplay's X and Y, which I mentioned earlier. But yeah, the Killers just embody everything that I love about music, guitars, catchy lyrics, synths, and so on. Hot Fuzz was their debut LP in 2004, and it rocketed their careers with the likes of Mr. Brightside, Somebody Told Me, and all these things that I've done, which you just heard me try to play. I love those songs, and with Believe Me Natalie, which is a nice smooth tone, and Jenny Was a Friend of Mine, which is epic song, really epic, even live as well. Great debut album. Sam's Town's their second album, which is more rocky, bandy type American style stuff. I love what they did with Interlude and Exitlude. The album's great. Has When You Were Young, and which I think was in Guitar 3. Bling, For Reasons Unknown, and Read My Mind is one of my all-time favourite songs. They also have slower songs like My List. Great album. They also released a compilation album called Sawdust, which has odds and ends and B-sides. I love Tranquilize or Shadow Play or Sweet Talk. Those are all great. And All the Pretty Faces, which was in Guitar 5. Under the Gun, Ballad of Michael Valentine, I just love it. And then they had Day and Age, which had like Human, and I just love Losing Touch, and I just love the Killers. Dustland Fairy Tale, Joyride, and all that jazz. My mind is going all over the place right now. Their 5th album wasn't as great, but it still has great songs like The Way It Was, or a great bonus track like Carry Me Home or Runaways. Yeah.
I would love to be able to have the same situation as you with my favourite band being the first one I really got into, but the first band I really got into was Panic at the Disco, so yeah, kind of moved away from that, to be honest.
Anyway, what's your one?
My number 1 is a band, the first band I really, really got into, and who shaped my music taste quite a lot. It's Billy Talent, who are a band, they're excellent. They have 4 really good albums. Billy Talent 1 is great, 2 is even better, 3 is still pretty good, but not as good as 2, and then Dead Silence, their most recent album, is incredible. I managed to see them live when they were touring with Dead Silence, and it was one of the best experiences ever. It was amazing. They're just a really, really good band. Like, they're a great rock band. Chris, you'll be happy about this. They're a bit more serious than some of my other bands on this list. Yeah, they're really good. They're an excellent rock band. They're very fast paced, but when they do slow it down a bit and do more ballad tracks, they are still excellent in that context.
Do they touch your heart, Dan?
No, because I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not a freaking loser like you. And I don't have a heart. I have a cold, icy spire where my heart should be. My suggested track for Billy Talent is their classic Red Flag, which is probably considered one of their like best tracks from ever. It was on SSX on tour, and that's how I got to know Billy Talent. That was how I was introduced to them. So thank you very much, SSX on tour, for that. Are we done with this episode now?
Yeah, thanks for listening. Give us some comments, and thanks for watching 8 for it.